Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Threeson C, and today we're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. I don't know what that stuff is. It might involve Xiapho. Let's see. So one thing, first things first, someone had said that I had a belt rotated incorrectly somewhere in this mess. And I don't remember where it was, so I'm just going to try to look at all of these. That, I think, is the right thing. That's doing the right thing. That is not doing the right thing. Aha. There we go. That's what was wrong. Thank you for that comment, by the way. And the biocrud and leaves need to go in there. Okay, that's good that that was spotted. And then from here, yeah, I mean, we're just pretty much waiting to get more Yotoi aloe. Which I think I want to babysit this long enough to actually get a couple more. It's only going to be about, yeah, about a minute. 2 minutes, I guess. So while that's working, let's see if Rauks are doing any better. Not really. I think I may, the longer this goes without stabilizing, the longer I'm starting to wonder if it is indeed a problem to not read the belt mixer. It also, this was pointed out to me and I realized that this was true. Making the belt mixer longer only exacerbates the issue. Because then when we overload it even more. Because the mixer's longer, it can steal more of the main clump. So then we load more on, and it steals half of what we load, so then we load half again. So however much the mixer can hold, the longer it goes, the more we can overload. And so what's happening is we're overloading such an amount, and then I think the problem, but see, we are maintaining, we are loading more onto the side here in the midst of all this. So we're actually keeping up with demand, because right now there's no previously incoming flora, and so we're actually maintaining our usage rate of flora on this part of the belt. So I actually think we're okay. I think it has reached steady state. It still is kind of clumped, but I don't think any of these are having lulls in running. Well, this one might be about to have a lull. Yeah, this one might not quite get there. But I think it's getting better. I don't know. There's certainly worse clumping because of not reading the mixer. I will freely admit that. But I still am kind of like, it feels like it should work out eventually. Because I don't know. It feels like it should work out eventually. I don't, that's not evidence of anything. Oh man. I don't know. But you know, once we're on the tail end of the big clump, we should start to see, you know, some stuff come on the back end. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Well, anyway, this should have finished by now, right? I assume it already did. Yeah. Alright, so then we'll chuck those in there. Chuck the rest. Okay, maybe not the rest. There's a lot of these. Maybe just that many. Alright, so the Xiapho, I'm still a little bit... Okay, sorry about that weird snap cut. So it turns out my power went out. Just out of nowhere. Which sucks. So now I don't even know What's going on? Let me put those in there. These... Okay. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled. That always throws you for a loop. Thankfully, I record with the hybrid MP4 format, so things should be okay in terms of the previously recorded minutes, I hope. Anyway, I think I was saying that I was disappointed that Xiaopho isn't as powerful as we thought it was going to be. It is in a sense that it allows us to use up all our extra fish food. So what I'll probably do when we're low on arthropod blood is I will command some choppy of Zipiers, and then that will use up fish, which will then generate fish food, which I'll then send to create Xiaopho, so that will get more arthropod blood like per fish. Because if we only use Zipier, we're going to end up with a ton of extra fish and a ton of extra fish food that we're not using, and Xiaopho are pretty cheap if you ignore the fish food cost, right? But if you include the fish food cost, they're now less cheap because we need so many various ingredients here, like skin and bones, and it's not a tiny amount. It's, you know, one skin every 6 seconds kind of amount. So it's not a tiny amount. It's tricky because I have no idea how much arthropod blood we'll even need. So there's a part of me that wants to hold off on making Xiaopho for right now. I don't know. I think, I don't know if I'm ready to make the chemical science add-on yet. I don't think I am. I also don't think I'm going to increase all of these at once. I think I'm just going to add chemical science in. And then what I'm going to do is actually make it so that... sorry, one second. I'm going to basically keep all these rates the same and just add chemical science in. So the amount that I'll be making all of these sciences will be too slow, but that way we'll at least have things going, and then we can slowly improve these rates over time while we're in the chemical science tier. I think that's kind of my plan, is like every other tier we rework sciences rather than every tier. At some point during chemical, I may have to improve each one of these individually, but at least for now, my plan is just to get chemical going, because I know there's a recipe in chemical science that early on... Oh my gosh, that's just such a mess. There's a recipe in chemical science that allows us to make the vanadium pentoxide or whatever more cheaply. Or it might be an ingredient that's part of that chain, but it's something with the vanadium that does something better once we have Chem Sci. I have no idea which one it is. I'm just looking around. It's probably this one. Yeah, probably that one. And so this will probably be the first research we do, because I know the vanadium part of chemical science before that is such a huge part of the cost. So before that, though, is red circuits. Let's do Renea first. I kind of want to keep going with this plant and animal kick. So Xiaopho's already done, and we've got those ready for us. Okay, so then we need to go for Renea here, and the first we get 2 Renea, which makes we need 4, so we need to run it twice to get 7 Renea seeds, and then 7 Renea seeds can make 4 Renea, which then makes 7 more, which now we have 4 plus. Then we'll have 10. Yeah, okay. So they increase. So we just need 4 to start. Well, no, we need 4 to make the 7 seeds. 7 C's. 4 to make the 7 seeds, and then we need 1 to run the plantation. I almost called it a plantasia. What the heck is a plantasia? Fantasia, plantation. My brain just mixed those 2 words. What is this? The Zippier cub? What? Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna need we're gonna need 6 then to get things started. Okay. So you go and make, where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, that one. Renea Codex. We probably need 3 of them, I'm gonna guess. Correct. 3 sunflower DNA samples. You know, I'm just gonna request it in both, and whatever we have available in each thing will come to me, and it will work. Alright, and then you switch over to the old Renea sunflower DNA samples. And then go ahead and request 1 of those. Okay, that'll work for that. Those are just automatic. I do have fertilizer. Yeah, we should be good then. Okay. I'm definitely glad we've done all this. It certainly made my life easier. Get those picked up from somewhere. And then we want to go, it's running as long as there's less than 6. Okay, that should be it for what we got to do. Out of logistics bots in my science area, I might increase bots a little bit. But first, before we do that, I should probably... Wait, what? How are there none already in there? Feels like there should have been a lot already. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go improve that. And click, 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 click. Alright. So we want to go to where? Science? Science. No. We need to go to the auto mall first to grab some bots. Bring some coffee. Science is still going, which feels good. What is it supposed to be doing per minute? Isn't it supposed to be doing 18? Pretty sure we're supposed to be doing 18. Yeah, 18 a minute. So we might be a little underperforming here. It's also possible it's just the averaging isn't quite over a long enough period to give us a... Yeah, now it's over 18, so I think we're fine. Alright, what are we doing? We just need to find our channel 1. Channel 1 friends over here. So, let's see. This guy's channel 1. And then throw 50. I'll just do 25 for now. 25 bots can move a lot of stuff. I feel like we were watching things at steady state and we had enough, but I guess not. Are they doing something that we don't need them to be doing? some other ulterior motive that they have here. I guess they're doing stuff for trees, which could be sort of adding up, which we have a lot of by now, by the way. That's nice. Between the trees and this, maybe that's increased their workload enough that they're bothered. Let's improve the unloading of that. We'll see if they catch up with another 25 bots. I'm hopeful that they will. We'll find out. Alright, so... yeah, I think I want to work on Renea, so let's get that, created here. And then I think our next project after Renea is going to be making our red circuit build in Helmod. And then from there, we will see. I think Xiapho is going to go down the list to the bottom. Also, did we finish? Tufra is working, right? We did confirm that. No, we still haven't gotten the lime. No, we have gotten the lime. The heck? Oh. There we go. That'll do it. Okay, I was just making sure our up marking is all working properly. The only thing left, I think, is the Relasia. As far as I know. Okay. I think that's it, because we did Moondrops. They're certainly done. And then over here we should have... where is it? So easy to lose things. Kick out. Why did I not limit that? Good gravy. I am making that sort of mistake all the time, I feel like. Wait, what is happening? This is supposed to be limited. Oh, it is. It is limited. We're just now getting to that limit of 500 seeds, and then we should start seeing more Kickoff Mark II show up. Why did I do it to 500 seeds? Is it because I need the Mark II seeds to roll the Mark III? Yeah, that is the reason. Okay, so 500 will get me how many chances at this? Only 50 chances at this? Oh my gosh. It's still not enough. How many Mark III seeds do I need to get things rolling? I need 5 Mark III seeds. Oh my gosh, and it gives you a chance at all 3 types. That's so annoying. I don't even want to think about that. That just makes me grumpy. That makes me a grumpy cat. Alright. How are we doing here? Is this running? It's not. I need to, like, have a storage. I think on channel 1 that I can just, like, rotate this to and then put it back. Alright. That should have plenty of sunflower DNA samples. Yeah, I think I should control this by, you know, disabling the request, and then it'll just finish up all the ones it has. And then this one, we'll just let it finish up all the ones it has. So I'll just do 60 there, so it'll keep running. As long as we have sunflower DNA samples. Which should show up soon, and then this one is no longer gonna need these things. Do I just have that wired up to the wrong chest? No. Let's wire it up to that chest. Okay. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. We'll have Renea soon. What am I doing? We are looking at the block for the Renea. So, the Renea themselves... chose the wrong recipe. Renea... default... Alright, what are we looking at? 25 buildings gets us 1 a second. So that seems like a reasonable start. I don't know how big these are. Are they standard? Yep, standard size kick-out. Where are the kick-out? Wow, they're bigger than kick-out by 1. Or no, are they the same? It might actually be the same. They just look bigger. Yeah, they're just more boxy. Okay, what is the kick-out size, by the way? 13 by 13? Or is that... It's gotta be 13 by 13, yeah. Okay. So pretty big buildings, so 25 feels about right. This is 32. Yeah, that's about the size we generally want without knowing more about how much we're gonna need. I could do like maybe 1.2 to get to 30. Divided by 30.01 times 32. We can do exactly 32. By 31.999 times 32. There we go. Alright, is that amount of manure bacteria feasible? It's 1.28 incubators running constantly. It's half a manure per second constantly. It's only 1 agar maker, so that one I'm not worried about, but do we even make half a manure per second? I do. So that is feasible. I have 4 incubators running manure bacteria, potentially. Okay. I feel like I should have more manure bacteria stored up because it's going to be a pretty big delay on manure request here. So I'm actually going to increase manure bacteria storage here. And yeah, fertilizer, course fraction. Okay, what we didn't do, right, the seeds are such a huge part of the cost. Matrix solved this crap. And we end up with 74. Okay, yeah, that's too many. Am I okay going up to 36? I think I'm okay going up to 36, but I don't want more than that. So divide 74.667 times 36. And this is what we end up with. Anything weird here? I don't think so. Is 1 fertilizer a second a lot? I feel like that's a lot. Huh. 0.88 course fraction. Dear goodness. Alright, is it time to build a course fraction plant or not? That's my next question. Course fraction. I really wish I could alt-click these. You can alt-click them in this window, but you can't alt-click them in the main Helmod window. Okay, so course fraction used in Tufra. Some higher level Grod, Guar, Moss, and some automated smart farm recipes. I'm really far from those. But that's it. So I think my answer then is no. I think I'm gonna wait, because my point here is that I'm not going to need a main source of coarse fraction until we can make it this way. By the time we need it in all these other things, we can make it this way, because this is a Chem Sci recipe. So for now, I think I will just make an individual coarse fraction farm for Renea, like I made an individual coarse fraction farm for Tufra. Do I even eat? Do I even eat? Wow, what's wrong with my mouth today? I cannot talk. Do I even need Renea for anything at this tech tier? I haven't even looked. Like, legitimately have not even questioned it. I just assumed. So the Renea themselves make sporopollenin instead of, wait, fluorospollenin and sporopollenin. Oh, that's hilarious. That is really funny. Fluorospollenin. Oh, that's so clever. I don't know if it's clever or corny, but I like it. It's used in some quality foods. It doesn't seem like we need it, unless this is needed for something. The problem is I don't know exactly what all goes into red circuits and glue science these days. But I don't know if I need Renea. I might need the seeds, I guess. You know, maybe I am gonna make the Renea, I think, because I want to. I don't know. That's a pretty big ask to make something we don't even need. I guess it's time. I guess it is time. It is time. Oh god. Here we go. Alright, so what do the Chem Sci groupings look like? So it doubles pi2, 50% Logi-Sci, doubles pi1, and 67% automation Sci. So it's between 50% more and 100% more of everything else. And of course, you know, the chemical science recipes are slightly larger yet again in scope. So I think having 0.18, but maybe even slightly more, 21, 24, I don't even know how much we should set up. All right. A few of these things are not scary. A few of these things are insanely scary. Ooh, what'd we make? Oh, the first Renea. Turns out I maybe don't care about you, Renea. So, complex circuits are going to be their own bear. I should factor in the cost, though, of these, I think. So I think I'm going to have this be its own sub-block with its own manual output of, like, 0.1. Which may or may not be sustainable, I'm not sure. And then that'll be its own block, probably. Advanced small parts also need their own block with their own output of, like, I don't know, 0.15. Again, I don't really know if that's feasible. I don't know what the heck a nuclear sample is, but I'm scared of it. Plutonium-238. Cool. Okay. And then optical fiber. What is a photophore? And I never needed that before. Good gravy. That is all the things we need from the optical fiber, right? I have no idea. Oh my gosh. This is overwhelming. Okay, well, let's let's take a look at the nuclear sample first, because it's not that many ingredients that are unknown to us. So we've got industrial solvent, which needs things we know. And more things we know. Okay, okay, that's not... None of that's scary. I can do all that. Plutonium-238 is scary, though. Oh, wait, this is not linked. I was gonna say, these numbers don't look right. Plutonium-238... Oh, gosh, of course there's a lot of recipes for it. The only one we'll have... Oh, no, we're gonna have a lot of them. Oh, dear. I've seen people talk about nuclear stuff on the Discord. It seems to be a bit of a mess. So 238. Am I unlocking all of these recipes or just some of them? I'm not unlocking the antimony silicate one. I am unlocking that one. I'm not unlocking americium one. That's off limits. I am getting that one. That one. I'm not getting Mox plutonium oxide. And I'm not getting... Okay, so I'm only getting 2 of the recipes then. There's the plutonium oxide recipe and the plutonium-239, 240, and peroxide recipe. Those are the only 2 ways that I can make it. Okay, so let's look at what goes into plutonium oxide. Oh god, who knows? Here we go, we're doing it. Alright, used up Mox fuel cells I think is the main way we're gonna get it. I'm just guessing. Plutonium peroxide and ethanol. But that needs Purex PU concentrate, which is only a Chem Sci recipe. So we can't do that yet. Oh my gosh, this is pyanodons. Now we're pod racing. All right, and what is this? That's different. I can't do the Mox plutonium oxide yet. Or I can just make curium-250, and that decays. Nope, can't do that. Okay, so as far as I could tell then, because this was the one that needed the... Wait, wasn't this the... Oh, there were alternative recipes. Why did I not see that? That's Chem Sci. That one I can do now. Oh, okay. That one is also Chem Sci. Okay, but there is this one. Antimony phosphate and hydrogen peroxide. So that one is on limits, potentially. What is antimony phosphate? Okay, it's just phosphoric acid, antimony oxide, and antimony phosphate 1. Oh, there we go. Depleted uranium fuel cells. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we need actual uranium fuel cells burned in a doodad to generate depleted uranium fuel cells. Okay, got it. But that's all very doable, weirdly enough. Is that a lot of fuel cells? What's 0.02 times 4 gigajoules? It doesn't seem like a lot. That's only 0.08 gigawatts, which is 80 megawatts of power. Yeah, that's not very many fuel cells. I don't know how hard this is to make, but what we also need to do is we need to add in a power recipe. How do we do that again? Can I filter by ingredient? How do I do this? Because with Steam you could do that, right? Like add a usage of Steam. You might be able to add it in somewhere in here. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Beautiful. Okay, so we need to move this up to generate that. Look at that, breeder reactor. How do we make a breeder reactor? Assume it's unlocked by that research. Concrete, oh, just a simple 500 red circuits and 500 stainless steel. Cool, cool, cool. All right, no big deal. This is great. All right, and then uranium-238 comes from, who knows what the heck it comes from. Uranium-235, same story. All right, uranium-238. Probably only one way to get it. Let's see. I'm actually very unclear on all this. Okay, so we get pulp stage 3, and then what does that do? What does pulp stage 3 do for us? It makes yellow cake? Okay, what does yellow cake do for us? Where's the yellow cake input? There it is, yellow cake. Isotope separation needs more frosting. Okay, so that's what gets us. All right. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So we get these little hot spicy rocks from yellow cake isotope separation, and then we get that from this. No, that's not right. What is that? A turd recipe? I doubt that's available. But it's at least worth checking, just to make sure. It said something about come outs. Is that this one? I don't think it was that one. Wait, where was I even looking? I was looking in here. Oh, Simic din. It might be a Simic upgrade then. Simic. Wait, what? Oh, what is all this? Oh, Simic digestive mutation program. What the heck? There's 6 stages of this? Okay, well, it's this one. So that's not happening anytime soon. Stage 6. Yeah, okay. Requires space science. Cool. Alright, go away with that recipe and come back with the one we can actually do. Pulp 3, Pulp 2 is made with Pulp 1 and steam. Pulp 1 is made with powdered uranium. We can also turn 235 back into Pulp 1 if we end up with extra 235. I'm not sure. It looks like we're going to end up with extra 238, if anything. What does that decay into, by the way? Oh, it decays into uranium oxide. What does that do for us? Oh gosh. We can make all sorts of isotopes. Oh, how fun is this? We're having fun. We're certainly having fun here. Okay, and then that's the grade 2, which comes from the grade 1, and the grade 1 and 2 come from the ore. And we just need to lower the ratio on this, probably. I assume now we have spare grade 2. Yeah. So this ratio needs to be lowered. I'm not trusting in the matrix solver. I'm just gonna change these numbers till it's about right. 85? That's getting close already. 84? Ooh, 83? 82.5. 83.5. Even closer. 83.6. 83.4. Ooh, 83.3 is gonna do it. Nope. 83.35. There we go. I'm calling that close enough. All right, so this is the real Slim Shady. Uranium ore, uranium mining drill. Wait, do we not need? fluid for that? Where is some uranium ore that I can actually see? Oh, of course. It's literally one tile away from being able to... Yeah, okay, we don't need a fluid. Wow, that's weird. You're 180 megawatts, though, for the drill. Cool, cool, cool. Uranium... Why am I searching it here? Oh, it would... Because I was in map view, it would have come up anyway. Anyway, we do need electric engine units for that. That was not on my bingo card yet, I don't think. Okay. So electric engine units are after advanced small parts. And everything else we already have. So, and advanced small parts are after stainless and nylon. So let's start getting like a plan here. So, plan for, well, we should, no, let's just make the plan first. Plan for Chem. So we're gonna need nylon, we're gonna need stainless steel, which I know needs aramid first. And then we can do advanced small parts. And then from there we can do electric engines. Okay. And then we're gonna need red circuits. That's kind of a very rough outline of some of the stuff we're gonna need. And that's not even touching on the self-assembly monolayer material, which goes into some buildings, which might be involved in some of these. Stainless steel. Let's get that thrown in here somewhere. Definitely going to use hot air for that. So stainless. Actually not sure which one we unlock first. We unlock the one that is molten steel plus 1 billion side ingredients. Okay. So that's this one? Yeah, this one. I mean, it's all stuff we already have, except for that. And I think it's just the first one we get, ferrochrome. Yeah, we don't get that one forever. So this is really not that crazy. Stainless steel seems nuts, but it's not that nuts. The nuttiest thing of all is the cobalt extract in this quantity. 0.154. What did I make for cobalt extract? Does anybody remember? I certainly don't. I do know we planned ahead with it, though. We did plan ahead with it. I'm just gonna let that build up more to be safe. Get us a head start on stainless. So with all of this, I'm actually feeling semi-comfortable doubling this. These numbers are not that high. Well, maybe the aramid fiber is. I don't actually remember how bad aramid is. That's probably the last thing we'll look at in this episode is aramid. So aramid we get soon, and we do get 2 ways to make it? No. Just the one way, just the TCL way. The next way to make it doesn't come forever. Okay. So the TCL way is this way. And how bad is that? It's not that bad. Unless I'm missing something. How bad is the TCL? It's also not that bad. Like, that's nothing. Look at this. I mean, we need the aramid in large quantities for other things. So, I need my own aramid production plant. So let's work on researching Forget the Grodd, forget the cadaveric arum, forget whatever the heck trits are. Let's work towards nylon and aramid. Oh, rayon. I was getting rayon and aramid confused. Or not confused, but I was thinking they were the same thing. When I was thinking about batteries, I was thinking we would need aramid for batteries too, but rayon's a different thing. Okay, well, I need rayon too, but where's aramid in the tech tree? Okay, we're on the path. It's after Kevlar. We go nylon, Kevlar, aramid. But we don't even use the oh. No, it's kind of unrelated. Yeah, the TCL recipe has nothing to do with Kevlar. We just need TCL for Kevlar too. Oh, I get it, okay. And then the Kevlar is used in something. I don't remember what. I think it might be the optical fiber. I think Kevlar is used somewhere in this. Yeah, there it is, Kevlar coating. For the Feeny coating. And then the cladding, oh my gosh, I remember all this. This is all pretty much the same. It's always been, minus the photophore nonsense. Oh, the photophores must come from trits. That's what the photophores are. So we are gonna need trits. Yep. Okay, I mean, I'm down for all this. I'm down to clown. So then that means the current plan does involve trits. So let's put them back on the menu, boys. Yeah. Trits. Fish stage 3. Goodness. I don't need that yet. Don't even really need stage 2 yet. Though I might soon. So trits, Kevlar, aramid. We're working towards stainless. I think is the current plan. Crazy stuff. Soon, once this research is done, we will do huge sulfuric Fawoji upgrade. So sulfuric Fawoji plant is on the near future list. What else is on the things like we need to do right now? You know what? I might just have to eat crow on this. Sugol, I know we've been going back and forth in the comments, and I might just be wrong. It might never reach steady state. It might not be capable. This really might be clumped up forever. If we don't read the mixer. Or if we don't make the mixer shorter, or if we don't distance the dumping spot from... Yeah, like, I think it's a combination of factors. And I think tweaking any of them could work, still without reading the mixer. Like, if we were dumping the flora further away from the mixer, and in fact, I wonder if it's even somewhat related to, like, we're closer to the mixer than the mixer is long. That could be part of it. It definitely, the length of the mixer plus how close we are, those are two factors that contribute to clumping as well. And then on top of that, obviously not reading the mixer could just be the biggest factor in all of it. Because yeah, the problem is these continue to consume the flora on the non-clumped side. And then this keeps up with consumption on the non-clumped side. But then when we're in the clumped area, they catch up if they were behind. I don't really know. I still feel like it would unclump over time, but I think my gut is just wrong. It doesn't seem to be working. Also, I saw one of these without moss for a second. What was up with that? Is this not fast enough? Here. I'm gonna solve this with moss on the right side here. And what I'm actually gonna do is have that just side load on, because it doesn't matter if it's stacked for this one. And that'll guarantee that we always have stacked moss on the left, but then full moss on this thing, regardless of how fast this guy's going. Okay, anyway, so big picture stuff. I do think I want to let this run for like hours, just to see what happens. You know, having this construction project is going to stop things for long enough. It might help with the mixing. I guess the question is, does this actually trend towards being clumped, even if it started in a mixed position? Now that would be a fun test. Would be to test if this situation, you start with a fully mixed belt, like you turn off Vrauk making for a little bit, let the flora mix itself nicely over the course of, you know, an hour, and then you turn on all the Vrauk stuff, and then does that actually trend towards being clumped, all the flora clumped in one spot? That's an interesting question. That is an interesting question. I don't know the answer to it, but it's interesting. I feel like, well, a good test for this would be to like copy this build in the test world and have the time tools mod installed, so you could speed up time, you know, to 4 or 5, or well, powers of 2, so 8 times as fast maybe, and then watch it for 10 minutes, and that's a much better indicator than what we're doing here. Anyway, for now, I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and we're gonna go back to figuring this stuff out. So, the Yotoi fruit, we will just need to grow on site for the TCL. Yeah. Is there anything we're gonna need to up our production of in the process of this? Probably nickel. I don't think we have a real nickel plant anywhere. Do I have a real nickel plant going on? I don't think I do. Yeah, we do not have real nickel going on. So a real nickel production could be a good thing. Shift C. Let's see, so let me just make sure we have nickel processing up to date. We do. So then we can work on nickel processing. Nickel plate. I know we haven't gotten a ton of to-do list items done in this episode, but we've gotten a lot of planning done. And for that, I am happy. Alright, definitely don't need 63. Let's... Oops. Ah! Just kind of break it down one thing at a time here. Flip it upside down. Get the ore at the top. Rejects underneath. Okay, so what is this? That makes grade 1, then makes 2 and 3, and rejects. Grade 2 makes some grade 1 again, so that loops back. Rejects make grade 1 again, so that loops back. So then it all is in the service of making grade 3 at the end of the day. Grade 3 makes the grade 4, the grade 4 makes the molten with the borax. Okay. The borax input is pretty high. Whoa! 5 nickel ore makes 63. No, that's not right. Yeah, okay, hold on. I was like, that can't be right. And it's not. Weird that it singled in on borax there. I don't understand that one. And sand casting here. I don't know. Helmut's doing some weird things these days. Okay, that's more the numbers I expected to see. We do have excess nickel grade 1 though. So let's see. We got an extra third, it looks like. So that means this needs to be, well, I think it's gonna be 1 divided by 2/3. Here's my guess. 150% will do it exactly right. Oh yeah, Markov chains, baby. So basically, you know, we could have changed it to 133.33, but then there'd be an extra little bit, and then there'd be an extra little bit. And so when you carry that on to infinity, it ends up being 1 divided by 1 minus 1/3, which is 1 divided by 2/3, which is 3/2, which is 1.5. Anyway, math sometimes comes in handy in this game. So we're close to 1 nickel ore to 1 plate. Borax input's pretty high for this one. Yeah, I think we'll just do the classic setup for a full belt. I don't think we're gonna need more than 11 nickel, I hope. Nothing fancy going on here. So we'll work on that maybe in the next episode, since we need to do that and we've already got it unlocked. As far as I can tell, by the way, this is coming full circle, we don't need Renea for Chem Sci. We haven't made out all the things yet though. It's possible that like Trits need to eat Renea or something like that. Let me just look real quick one more time. So the Renea seeds, wait, what the? Oh, here. Renea seeds don't seem to be eaten by any animals directly except Ziphier cubs, which are not a thing for a long time. The Renea themselves seem to be eaten by Kamut pups and Schrodinger antelopes, and that's it. And it's used in sporopollenin and some quality foods, which I don't think we're gonna need anytime soon. And Arcad jelly. So as far as I can tell, we actually don't need Renea before Chem Sci. It's still possible, you know, that there's something in here that unlocks that we do need, but I'm leaning towards we're not gonna need it. We do need it for quality cotton gut food, which we will unlock, but I don't need to make quality cotton gut food. But who knows, maybe I need a crap ton of cotton guts, so it'll be worth it. Anyway, we're gonna call it an episode here. And yeah, we are slowly building towards new technologies, which feels really good. The base is running smoothly, power's doing okay. Like, in general, I'm feeling pretty good about the position of the base. Our train system's keeping up. I probably should add more trains soon, though. I am needing to be careful. There are multiple areas where the 2-train limit is starting to cause problems. So for high throughput items, I need to add 2 stations, basically. Which is kind of annoying, but if you think about how many places I don't need, like, if we had had a train limit of 3, every single one of these would be like this big instead, right? We'd be using this much more space on every single train area, and think about how much space that would have wasted, how many rails we would have had to have built, etc., etc. And instead, there'll just be a few places where I build 2 stations. And I just think that I prefer that solution. I just need to be not stingy. You know, if we're doing like 10 items a second or more, I should just build 2 stations and call it a day. Anyway, I want to end this episode with copying. Bit more power. And then we're going to save it and call it a day. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.